The proto troop, the Stunner, is now available for the week. Guess what? You have unlocked a proto troop in your armory. No, not me. You. Well, yes, me, but you too. You can upgrade. This is crucial. Pay attention to this part. You can upgrade this proto troop by playing the Cycle of Evil and earning proto tokens. That's how we're upgrading these proto troops for the week. Hurry! This proto troop is only available for limited time, 1 week and 1 week only. We've actually got it active for 6 days, 22 hours, and 5 minutes as of the recording of this video. Is the Stunner any good?
No.
Well, let's talk about it and let's find out. Good morning, good afternoon, and yes, good evening, Skull Army and friends. It's your boy, your friendly neighborhood Skull Crusher, coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. And in today's video, we're talking about the new proto troop available for the week, the Stunner. So let's just dive right on into the stats here and figure out what we are dealing with. A lot of you probably have used the Stunner in the past. If this is the first time that you are using the Stunner, this is where you are going to want to be paying attention. It's crucial to pay attention to the level of your armory. So of course, we're going to be map clearing here on my main account, Skull Crusher, which is 1,231 victory points. My armory is level 25, which means the level of my Stunner, the starting level, will be 1 level under my armory, so I will be starting off with a level 24 Stunner on this account. Depending on the level of your armory, Skull Army, that will be determining the level of your Stunners. Let me emphasize this, my friends. This is not a DPS troop. You will not be going in with full Stunners hoping to bring in the victory. Well, some of you crazies out there might be trying that. This is a support troop. A support troop. You're going to be using the Stunner mixed in with your meat shield, mixed in with your DPS, and the whole point of the Stunner is to essentially stun the defenses to buy your troops more time to attack here. This is essentially overall not the best troop on its own. Even as a support troop, it's not the best. You probably would get more success using the Cryoneer. Nonetheless, here we're going to go into a little bit more detail with the Stunner here. One more important thing that I never really touched on was the time between shots here. So I do want to point out that the Stunners do fire literally every 11.5 seconds. So on the bottom, boom, shakalaka. The Stunner is one shockingly stunning troop that deals area damage. It deals area damage rather inaccurately though, just like our Grenadier brothers. Their aim is abysmal. But his shock bomb grenades make up for his inaccuracy, stunning buildings and giving his teammates more time to attack here. So, proto troops are unlocked 1 level below your armory level. Play the Cycle of Evil to upgrade them. Stunner overall on its own, garbage. To put it the nicest way possible, it is a support troop that you will be using to mix in with the meat shield and in with a DPS troop as well. For today's video, we're going to be starting things off with here. My meat shield is going to be my 2 boats of Scorchers. My DPS is going to be my 4 boats of Laser Rangers. You know, tanks, mechs would work just as fine as a meat shield. Bombardiers would work just as fine as a DPS. Damage per second, you know, the troop that's really packing the punch there. And then of course, you know, they pretty much look like Grenadiers, but those are the Stunners on the landing craft. And you can actually tell they are the Stunners as well, because you can see the 6-day and 21-hour timer right above them. We're gonna be going in with Dr. Kavan as well, because I'm planning on doing some early second wins just to get some max level riflemen on the battlefield as well. So should make things interesting. We will be paying attention to the range of the Stunners and overall how well they work with the DPS and the meat shields to bring down the enemy layout here. I do want to point out that we are fully boosted here, so overall this should be a walk in the park for me. Keep in mind that we will be attacking player bases that are above 1,200 victory points, so we should be expecting a little bit more ice building, health building, damage statues. Nonetheless, I don't think that's going to get in our way too much. Okay, no grappler. That makes me happy. Okay, so we're gonna start things off with our 2 boats of Scorchers. Then we're going to drop our 2 stunners. We're going to come through with Kavan, spam an early second wind. And remember, our laser rangers are ridiculously fast here, so we will be dropping them at the end here. So pay attention to the stunners. They throw ridiculously high. Look at that, look at that, look. They're literally just volleying it in the... Oh, that was good. That one actually landed on the shock blaster right there. Let's get another second wind going. So again, this is them supporting the laser rangers and the scorchers right here. They're not doing too bad of a job. We're actually going to pull back. I want to kind of regroup the troops right now. We'll follow up with a shock on the shock launcher. I don't even think using any of the GBE abilities is necessary right now. I think we're... Oh, Kavan took one hard there. That's all right. That's all right. We still got the mob of troops pushing forward here. See laser beam up top there. Once again, my laser rangers are packing a serious punch here for the DPS here. And again, you know, even if we weren't using the stunners, honestly, they would be just as effective. But it is good to have them in here because you can see that they are just volleying those shocks, those stun grenades in there, and the aim is abysmal. But you know, they are landing on the cluster of defenses. Overall, I think successful first hit, minus the fact we did lose Kavan. We're gonna jump into Kirk right now. YOLO, baby. No scout. There's a grappler. Okay, so, you know, maybe a little bit to make things interesting. So same drop here. 2 bolts of scorchers, 2 stunners. We're gonna go Kavan. I'm gonna shock that grappler. It's definitely gonna pull in one of my scorchers. We'll follow up with a smoke, get that early second wind, and now my laser rangers are coming out. So again, just kind of pay attention to the volley of the stunners here. Nice toss right there. We got a bunch of stuff in the middle right there. I'm going to follow up with another shock on that grappler. I wish their range was a little bit longer. I think they throw more like high up in the air. Can we bring back a scorcher? Yeah, that's awesome. All right, you got to love it when Kevin is bringing back a scorcher here. So it seems like the stunners actually throw like much higher in the air than they do distance. Like it says their distance is very long range. And you know, it is pretty long range. Like look at that. Look at that, literally right into the water there. That's hilarious. Okay, we brought that one down. That was fairly easy right there. And it looks like we didn't lose any stunners on this one. So we're going to switch up our laser rangers now to bombas. And we're going to switch our scorchers to mechs. All right, we're going to keep Dr. Kavan as well. And we're pretty much going to rinse and repeat. So no grappler. That makes me excited. Okay, so mechs are a little bit slower. Bombas are slow. They're all slow. All these troops are going to be a little bit slow here. So I'm pretty sure we can drop everybody at once. Let's get Kevin. Just going to do an early shock just to make sure those mechs stay in the fight here. Early second win. I would love to see some cannon fodder kind of make their way, the riflemen, above the mechs here and start popping those mines here. But again, if you just kind of pay attention... Oh, there is a grappler. That's what I get for not scouting. Look at that. Hidden with the trophies. That's awesome. Okay, so again, we're going to go back and just kind of pay attention to the distance of the lobbing of the stunners here. So overall, not too bad. That grappler, I'm a little bit worried about. We're going to come back, shock that again. I think we were actually having a little bit more success with the laser rangers, but you know, overall, they are an incredibly overpowered troop. Again, we have yet to lose any of our stunners yet. We're going to fire off another second wind. That grappler is just going to town right now. So stunners actually doing a great job. Look at that. We're stunning the crap out of the critter launcher on the right side. Mechs, you know, that are still in the fight here. It would be cool if Kavan can bring back a mech, but that's just not the case. Our GBE is absolutely no problem, so we just have to keep cycling that shock on the grappler here. And I think we're just going to follow up with a Hail Mary flare directly on the headquarters here. So now pay attention to the stunners as well. We actually had a couple stunners that like pinpoint accuracy on that headquarters there. So, you know what, a little bit rough. You know, we took some mech casualties, no bomba casualties, no stunner casualties. Boom goes to dynamite. One more important thing that I never really touched on was the time between shots here. So I do want to point out that the stunners do fire literally every 11.5 seconds. So I don't know if we were actually queuing in to the fire rate during the attacks there. You know, there were 8 of them in total, so they were all firing on their own accord, but it is literally 11.5 seconds in between grenade tosses. In comparison to a regular grenadier, it is 2 seconds, okay? 2 seconds for a regular gren. 11.5 seconds for a stunner. With that being said, Skull Army and friends, if you have made it this far into the video, please do not forget to leave a like. It does mean the absolute world to me, does help the channel grow, and of course, yes, it does appease our YouTube algorithm overlords. We will officially be wrapping up today's video featuring the stunner. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts and what troop combos you, Skull Army, will be using the stunner with. Now, I think it's time to make like a Tom and cruise. We'll catch you on the next one, my friends. Peace!